Okay, so I have the SEC letter pulled up that Elon Musk tweeted. He had made an offer to buy Twitter outright directly. This is burning up all the financial headlines, all the news headlines. This is huge, huge, huge. It is now kind of a hostile takeover. So we're going to look at that in this video and how it can change crypto forever, because it can change crypto forever. What you need to know is that a lot of things happen on Twitter for free speech or lack thereof, and also for crypto, and for also getting into cryptos or not into cryptos. So Twitter is where a lot of things happen. It's a breeding ground for new cryptos, for new coins, and for buy and sell, and for people buying and selling, and for a lot more. So let's get to it. So as we can see, Elon Musk has offered to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 a share. Now, let's look at the current stock price. It is, like and subscribe to this channel, of course. Furthermore, get your free stocks from Webull, just as important, if not more important, because you get free stuff for doing that. So right now, the Twitter market is trading at $45 per share and 8 cents. Right now, this has gone up, of course, since kind of this news, and also been up over the month because there's been the news before that Elon Musk has bought a certain percentage of Twitter. Now we're going to look at those percentages and why they're important. But first, let's read about hostile takeovers, because what really kind of this is turning out to be is a hostile takeover. And I'm going to explain that to you too in a second. So hostile takeovers were all the rage back in the day, which is hilarious because they had some really, really kind of fun characters that I like personally that did hostile takeovers. We have billionaires, Texas billionaires, like the T. Boone Pickens was a big takeover person. We actually have nowadays hostile takeovers, and being the Pershing Square is a good example of that. So they still happen, but they're very, very big in the day. And Carl Icahn was very famous for them too. Anyway, just a lot of fun personalities. The term hostile takeover refers to the acquisition of one company by another corporation against the wishes of the former. The company being acquired in a hostile takeover is called the target company, while the other one is called the acquirer. In the hostile takeover, this is important. The acquirer goes directly to the company's shareholders or fights to replace management to get the acquisition approved. Approval of a hostile takeover is generally completed through a tender offer or a proxy fight. So this is where, when he tweeted, I have made an offer, and it goes right here. This is the SEC offer, actually, right? So you can see it right here. This is the aggregate amount beneficially owned by each reporting person, percentage of class represented in a row. So he owns now 9.1%. And there starts to get a lot of very complicated laws around fiduciary ownership and also ownership. So if you're over a certain thing, you have to sit on the board. And he was talking about joining the board, but now he's not. So, and he's doing the hostile takeover or potential hostile takeover. He said he will endeavor to keep as many shareholders in privatized Twitter as allowed by law. And you can see right here in the SEC thing, he says, he clarifies to the chairman of the board, I've invested in Twitter, this is Elon Musk, as I believe its potential to be a platform for free speech around the globe. Actually, this actually calls Saudi prince and him are going back and forth on Twitter, and we're going to look at that in a second too. He said, I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy. However, since making my investment, I now realize the company will never thrive nor serve the societal imperative in its current form. Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. As a result, I'm offering to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 per share in cash, a 54% premium over the day before I began investing in Twitter, and a 38% premium over the day before my investment was publicly announced. My offer is my best and final. If it is not accepted, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it. So he's basically, I guess, threatening to sell all the shares, of course, if he was not able to be accepted. Now, what hostile takeovers do a lot is they will go over the share price, right? And they will offer more than the actual share price and do it at a premium. So this is what he's doing. So this is what they said, send via text. As I indicated this weekend, I believe the company should be private to go through the changes that need to be made. After the past several days of thinking this over, I've decided I want to acquire the company and take it private. I'm going to send you an offer letter tonight. It'll be public in the morning. Are you available to chat? Voice script, best and final. I'm not playing the back and forth game. I have moved straight to the end. It's a high price and your shareholders will will love it. If this deal doesn't work, given that I don't have the confidence in management, nor do I believe I can drive the necessary change in the public market, I would need to consider my position as a shareholder. This is not a threat. It's simply not a good investment without the changes that need to be made. All these changes won't happen without taking the company private. My advisors and my team are available after you get the letter to answer any questions. There will be more detail in our public filings. After you receive the letter and review the public filings, your team can call my office with any questions. So this was the offer. 700,000 likes, 721,000 likes on that too. It says taking Twitter private at $54.20 should be up to the shareholders, not the board. Yes, 84% says. I love you, he says. Interesting, just two questions if I may. This is the Saudi Arabian prince that they're jabbing each other over free speech after the prince rejects the Twitter bid. The Saudi Arabian prince, I can't say the name, a billionaire in his own right, of course, who's also one of Twitter's largest shareholders, tweeted that he will vote to reject Elon Musk's $41 billion all-cash bid for the company, leading Musk to question Saudi Arabia's commitment to free speech. I don't believe that the proposed offer by Elon Musk comes close to the intrinsic value of Twitter given its growth prospects, he says. Being one of the largest and long-term shareholders of Twitter, I reject this offer. Hours later, Musk responded to what seemed like a jab at Saudi Arabia's free speech and human rights record. He said, interesting, just two questions if I may. How much of Twitter does the kingdom own, directly and indirectly? What are the kingdom's views on journalistic freedom of speech? So that is quite the kind of gauntlet thrown at them, because they have had, I would say challenges maybe to free speech. I think that, to put that lightly. Interesting, just two questions. They frequently surveil and arrest journalists, according to the Reporters Without Borders, which ranks the country as one of the worst for the world of press, and the brutal murder of the Washington Post journalist, and personally approved by the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, according to the U.S. intelligence. It's a conglomerate that first purchased shares of Twitter in 2011 before the company's 2013 initial public offerings. Also holds large stakes in a wide range of businesses, including the Four Seasons hotel chain, Uber, Lyft, and Citigroup. Twitter shares were up 1.7% today just because of that. And then Musk, Thursday, Twitter offered $54 a share, representing the premium. This is incredible news, and this has lots to do with what would happen. So if this company does go private, he would be able to take the management in a completely different direction. He'd be able to have a lot of power with the board about getting rid of people, bringing on people. He would be able to do almost anything he wants to with a private company, and it would, I guarantee you, I'm sure, make him even insanely richer than before. So this is very interesting too. Elon Musk is effing with the SEC with Twitter buy offer, because the SEC has said that Elon Musk has a fiduciary responsibility to his shareholders in Tesla. I believe it was the Tesla case, and they said that his tweets need to be approved by someone because that they were against SEC law or whatever. But by buying the company, he would be able to just kind of screw with the SEC and be like, nope, you can't do that. He said, my conclusion, Elon Musk is effing with the SEC, Cuban tweeted. His filing with the SEC allows him to say he wants to take the company private, and I'm considering this funding secured. Price goes up, his shares get sold, profit. SEC's like, what the heck just happened? Cuban added. Musk revealed his Twitter offer during an ongoing effort by his legal team to terminate a 2018 settlement with the SEC over his original funding secure tweet, because that's what he said. He said funding secure to take Tesla private, and then the SEC said that was not allowed. It included a consent decree requiring that all of Musk's tweets pertain to Tesla or his business be reviewed and approved by the company's attorneys before they can be posted. SEC argued that Musk's tweet constituted fraud while he was maintained it was truthful. Musk's spat with the SEC resurfaced during his Thursday's appearance at the TED conference in Vancouver, where he discussed his offer to buy Twitter just hours after it became public knowledge. So let me know what you think about this, because this is wild and crazy.